Welcome to another episode of From the Hip. Today we'll be diving into the AFC West, the home of last season's Super Bowl champs. The AFC West is known for some of the best and longest active rivalries, filled with 90 star performances from players like Joe Montana and John Elway to today's King of the Hill, Patrick Mahomes. But the excitement of the AFC West isn't just about how great the Chiefs are. It's also about the hope and anticipation surrounding the new coaches and players on the other three teams, and whether they'll finally be able to dethrone the reigning champs. Today, we will try to give you an in-depth review of the key moves and pivotal changes that will define this coming season. So stay locked in with us and keep up to date by hitting the subscribe button and allowing notifications. We don't want you to miss anything NFL this season. Buckle in tight, as we expect the AFC West will be an example of why you're probably an NFL fan. But let me start by introducing the crew. Straight from the dentist with that winning smile of his, please welcome Freaky Man Kory Thompson. Trying to make up for his many mistakes he's already made, Tyler B.
The fact checker's here, man.
From Station Head Radio on the show One Mo Show, and our resident college aficionado, Hollywood Mo.
How y'all doing?
And even though my gaming channel may not be that exciting, I take full credit for the best gaming channel on Twitch, Boogie_CTV. Welcome, Justin Rodriguez.
The champ is here, man.
Gentlemen, thanks for showing up today. And you know, we got the AFC West. This one's going to be a very interesting one to talk about. And I'm glad that we're talking about it today. So now, you got the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Chargers. Four teams that anybody would not necessarily want to have to deal with at all times, because these teams are pretty good. These are pretty good teams. I don't think any of these teams are trash. So that's why this is going to be a pretty good conversation. Easy.
I think we could beat the Broncos.
I don't know. Don't all of them have a ring?
Yeah, all of these teams have one at
have
some point or another.
At some point, yeah. So
Yeah, this is a good division, though. This is a good division. All right. With that said, let's start off right away. I want to get right into it. And I'm going to get into it today with Mo. Mo, we're going to start with you, my man. Talk to me about the Los Angeles Chargers. I almost said San Diego Chargers because to me, they always live in San Diego.
God damn, show your age, big dog.
Oh, easy, Rock.
You was around for that. They just
gray hair is
became
here for a reason, baby.
Chargers.
Right. All right. So, LA Chargers. Let's start with the big obvious one. The new head coach, Jim Harbaugh. You know, from Michigan, just fresh off of a national championship. They went and got him up out of there before he caught those little suspensions in college. As soon as he got there, he started making moves. Of course, they lost Austin Eckler. He went into free agency, but then they immediately started signing people like, I'm sorry, Denzel Perryman. They got the center, Bradley Bozeman, linebacker, Troy Dye, cornerback, Christian Fulton, who's just more of a depth piece. But then they got running back J.K. Dobbins just to replace Eckler. I don't know. I don't think they're going with a catching running back as much as Eckler was. I think they want to try to be a little more direct, I guess. They also signed DJ Chark, who's been bouncing around the past couple seasons, but he's a tall receiver. He can do well, former Jag. Then they signed Bud Dupree. We know what he do. And they upgraded that line to an extent with tackle Alex Leatherwood. But so those are their signings. They also their draft. Now their draft was they were the team that threw everybody off. because in the first round at pick 5, they went and got tackled Joe Alt from Notre Dame, who is humongous. Pause. The dude is like 6'7", 6'8", and and like 300 and some odd pounds. But good God, the dude is a monster though.
Yeah.
He was the
supposed
highest
to go
rank.
to the Saints, wasn't he? He was supposed to go to the Saints.
No.
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
no. He's supposed to go earlier. Well,
No.
I think it
forget
was
who
to
he's
the
supposed to
Saints.
go
I think he was supposed to go to
Let
the
me look
Saints.
at the draft.
And because the Chargers jumped up early,
Yeah,
it messed everybody else up.
it messed everybody up because quarterbacks start going different places and everything. But then second round they went and got wide receiver from Georgia, Lad McConkey, who's a great route runner. Some thought he could go first round. I never thought that. But he is a good route runner.
He was supposed to go to the Titans. My bad.
Well, thank God the Chargers did what they did.
Yeah, he was
Then,
supposed to go to the Titans.
of course, with Jim Harbaugh being the coach at the Chargers, he went and got one of his guys. He got linebacker Junior Colson from Michigan. Everybody else, I don't really need to name, except for just because of his namesake, wide receiver Brendan Rice. He took Jerry Rice's son at receiver, so he replaced Mike Williams, replaced Keenan. Damn, I almost said McCardell.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, yeah, but
Keenan McCardell, you showed your age too.
but he was a Jag.
Yeah, I know. Good Jag.
so
Good Jag.
so he went, made those moves. So we'll just have to see how it fall together. He's an offensive coach, and he's a former quarterback. So Justin Herbert should be a little bit more developed this season. I do want to see this team get to moving and see how they look. They didn't have that bad of a defense on paper last season, but that defense was bad. So we'll get to see how they do under another regime, and we'll see. You have to compete with the Chiefs twice a year.
Yeah.
Do I think they could do that? No, but Justin Herbert usually tries to give that team fits every time he play them.
If they didn't make any moves, any significant moves to the defense, do you think this defense is going to look a little bit better, or are they going to be the same as last season?
I think with Bud Dupree and I forget the other one I named. With the signings, I think it's more so of a rotational thing because they were depending heavily on Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. They got them both back. But, being able to rotate them and not rely on them so much, then yeah, I think this defense could be better because that defensive line can, come in fresher, get to the quarterback. But the secondary got to do its thing. They got to do its thing. And they had that big signing last season. What was it, J.C. Jackson, who barely played, and they end up sending him out anyway. So Derwin James, you got a lot more to do. Because who is their cornerbacks outside of former Florida State guy, but Asante Samuel. So who's your cornerback on the other side? Like, what are you gonna do? And that's just something we're gonna have to see. Because they did sign some cornerbacks, they drafted, but we got to see what they're going to do.
All right. Is there anything from this offense that you're expecting?
Airing it out.
Really?
J.K. Dobbins can't run the ball.
He can't stay healthy.
Yeah. He can't stay healthy. He can't run the ball a bunch.
Oh, you forgot they got Gus.
Yeah, I was about to say they picked up both the Ravens.
They got Gus Edwards, yeah.
Oh, well.
I wanted Gus to stay.
Gus, were they healthy, Ravens?
Gus was.
Gus is still healthy.
If J.K. go out and they have to rely on him, then what's going to happen? Is he going to give you 1,000 yards? Is he going to, catch the ball out of the backfield and take it?
Either of them backs are 1,000-yard backs. I don't even think they're 700-yard backs.
Well, you got to remember they were over in Baltimore, so they do a lot of that read option, and Lamar takes the ball, takes a lot of the rushing out of their hands. But anytime you gave Gus the ball, that's 3 yards every time.
Okay.
So I like Gus personally.
Okay.
J.K., I don't. You can have. I wish we kept Gus.
All right, and with that, even if you have the players, let's just say the running game is there, that It doesn't have to just be all about Herbert. And you got young wide receivers there.
Yeah.
Is this coach the coach for this team? Is that, I mean, to me,
Yes.
is this the right is this the right mix?
Yes. Yes. Former Charger, knows the culture, wants to bring back a certain type of, wants to bring a winning culture there. Because you remember, it wasn't his fault in San Francisco.
No. I don't.
It was
I agree with you on
actually,
that.
it's actually the GM we currently have for the Jags' fault. Trent Baalke. Just getting the wrong personnel. But it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault in San Francisco. And he went to Michigan. Got some help from his brother on the defensive side, and I think some of those guys came over with him over to the Chargers. So you're just going to see a offensive coach handle the offense, the defense be handled a certain way. It's no Brandon Staley making stupid decisions game time. I think you see a different team because, you know, we all should remember when Chargers were expected to be way better. This whole division was expected to be better.
Yeah.
Because they all made moves around the same time. So I think we'll get to see this team step into that. Broncos don't know. Raiders don't know. But this team, I think so.
Go ahead,
I
Kory.
got 2 questions. As you were saying, we did expect that. Do you think now we'll get the Chargers of 2 years ago or 2 or 3 seasons? Not last season, because we all know how that went, and we all expected them to do a lot better than what
Well,
they did.
not
But do you
me.
think we can?
I've never been a big Justin Herbert fan, so I've been hating on him since last season.
Do you think we
know
can
that.
get that Chargers team 2 years ago? Because they were really exciting to watch play, and they did give Kansas City a lot of run for their money when they did play.
It's hard to say because now if they had kept Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, I could say yeah. But you going out there with Brendan Rice, Lab McConkey, and what's the boy name? Johnston.
Quentin Johnson.
And
Quentin Johnston.
Palmer.
Yeah, and Palmer. So, man, that's
Hey, that kind of leads into my question, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So
I had
you
another
mentioned
one, but
Brendan
go
Rice.
ahead.
Now, Brendan Rice, I know, obviously, son of Jerry Rice. You know what I'm saying? Father is already a fucking Hall of Fame, already a first ballot. He's gonna have a fucking statue eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They go down as one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
Do you think his son is
No.
good enough
No.
to be there? I know he's not, but I just want to
No.
know if I was tripping.
No. His son started off at Colorado, transferred to USC, got the most notoriety at USC. But although he did good for USC was still ass. And guess who his quarterback was?
Your man.
Caleb Williams. So, no. He will be playing on an XFL team in 5 years.
Wow.
Damn.
I figured that because
So,
a lot of these receivers, especially like sons of Hall of Famers, because of their last name. We're looking at it right now. This is not a basketball podcast, but we're looking at it right now in basketball. Sons become in the focal point because of their last name, not because of the game.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring
with him, he's just solid. You know, my XFL comment is more for sarcasm, but he's just solid. You know, it's nothing flashy. It's nothing that you could just say. After his rookie contract, I can't just see them saying unless he improves greatly. Unless Jerry put him in the ringer of like, son, no, we got to do this, we got to do that, because they said he was mad about his draft position. So I don't know what kind of summer he done had.
What he went through, like round 4, round 6?
Yeah, he was at the bottom.
He was low.
Yeah.
He was down there.
Yeah, he was low. So unless if Jerry Rice get mad at you, I don't know what that looks like. But he's just solid, man. You know, it's
all right. Going into my next question, you know what I'm saying? Even though last year we had so many high hopes for this team, you know what I'm saying? Everybody put some of these players in our player to watch for the week. You know what I'm saying? Every week we had Austin Eckler.
Every week, Jesus.
Every fucking week. You can go back and watch the footage now.
Yeah.
But now we said, you know what I'm saying, towards the end of the season that this team was gonna blow up. We said that they were going to do it, but I don't think any of us thought they were going to blow up the offensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
We
the
all thought
fact
it was
that
gonna
they
be
kept the defense all together
Brendan Rice
and
went 7th round.
completely imploded the offense
Mm-hmm.
is kind of bonkers to me, bro. So, like,
It's
what do
crazy.
y'all think about that? Because do you think they actually blew up the right side of the ball, or did they make a crucial mistake and just looking to repeat the same season they had last year?
I thought they should have blew up everything. If that's how you was gonna play it, if you knew you was gonna get rid of Keenan Allen, if you're gonna get rid of, there was no reason to get rid of Keenan Allen.
I agree with a complete fresh, especially as a new head coach. You coming in and you could do
Get your
basically
guys.
your first year is a freebie.
Yeah.
Blow everything the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Get your guys.
Yeah, but
Get your
didn't they
guys in
just
there.
about
And
do that anyway? I mean, they blew
What?
everything up
Well,
except for the
no.
quarterback.
No, the defense. We're saying they blew up the offense. It was the
They
defense.
blew up the complete offense.
Their defense
Kept
stayed the
defense
same for the most part.
trash, but it stayed the same.
And
I would have got rid of the defensive coordinator. He would have definitely been gone. I would have went and got
Yeah,
somebody
they kept
else.
everything, and this is the same team that couldn't stop anybody. This is what we were talking
Mhm.
about. They were trying to outscore people. You know what I'm saying? It's
With
not
the-
that they were losing bad. They never lost bad. They just
Oh yeah, they
couldn't get a
did. They
Yes, they
did
stop.
did.
one game. The Raiders. Don't
The
worry,
Raiders,
we'll be
yeah,
talking
but-
about that.
That's because they was already down bad. This week, that was week 14. You know what I'm saying?
That's when he
Shit
got
like that was
fired. I
happening,
think.
bro. They was already 2-11. They gave up, bro.
They got a new defensive coordinator, and it's the one from
Oh.
Michigan. It's Jesse
Oh,
Minter.
okay, so he
But-
brought somebody in with him.
Yeah, because I mean he brought his guys coaching wise, but when he got there, I never expected him to blow up the offense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Blowing up the offense was that threw me off. I didn't quite understand that. But
Although I am happy that I don't think any of you guys are gonna tell me player of the week, player to watch out for is Austin Eckler, and I'm so glad that we can stop that shit.
I have an
Now
you
we
can
on
do
it,
it while
man.
you're watching.
I have a theory though to it. The defensive coordinator probably one of the guys that were there because we've all said that they should play at a better level of
Yeah.
football, how good they are. So maybe they do see that and they're like, okay, we can keep these guys on defense and we have something on defense. We just need to put a better scheme together. All right, I get that. Offensively, we were just talking about Mike Williams being injured all the time. Keenan Allen is another person who's injured all the time too. It's every other season with him.
But super
Austin
productive,
Eckler,
him.
he's productive, but he gets injured. He was out 2 seasons ago. Austin Eckler, his back, this, foot, that. He's one of those other guys that was hurt all the time as well. So maybe they got rid of those pieces because they knew, Gerald Everett is another receiver, but they were always hurt. So maybe they moved them.
They blew up every position.
But you get rid of them people, and your first round pick is Joe Alt.
That was next question.
To go get like a Rome, a Dunze,
Yeah.
That was my next question to you. You felt that they went and they're the ones that screwed up the draft. I was gonna ask why, because I feel they went and got a Joe Alt to protect Herbert's blind side, because we have seen Herbert take shots and get hurt. So I personally think they didn't mess up the draft. I still think the Falcons messed up the draft.
They
but
did.
Why do you think they messed up the draft?
I think because that was expected. When you watch them get rid of Allen, Williams, you're like, oh, we know where they're going. They're going to go get a receiver. You got to rebuild that receiving core because they had one of the better ones when they were all healthy.
Yeah.
Because the year prior, they got Quentin Johnston. Quentin Johnston was top 5 in the receiving class of that draft. Probably top 2. So you go and you watch them go get Joe Alt. That's like, whoa, because you didn't hear many people say that line was that big of a negative for them.
A need.
Yeah, the need for them was receiver when you watch that. So for them to go get Joe Alt, that's why I say they messed up, because you had your mock, you didn't see a mock draft with Joe Alt on it. You saw Neighbors, you saw a Dunze, you saw
they could have got Neighbors or a Dunze where they fell. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Or even Marvin Harrison would have fell, but we all know he wasn't going to fall. But
yeah,
they also have Rashawn Slater on the right, and now they have Joe Alt on the left. So they just shored up the 2 tackle positions, and now they just got to work in the middle. Like I say, I think it's a good pick.
They shored up the middle because they went and got Bozeman,
the center.
And Bozeman was a solid center. So, okay, all right. Now I get the line portion of it because Slater's a beast.
Mhm.
But who is he? Okay, he got time to throw it now.
Who's he throwing to?
Who you throwing to?
It's a
I
question.
think they believe. I think they believe in the core that they have. You know, any receiver could be a great receiver. What makes a receiver great is the ability to get open in space. You know what I'm saying? To be able to get separation. And a lot of these receivers, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm not talking like I'm a receiver or nothing, but from what I know is that, you know what I'm saying, the least amount of time the quarterback has, the least amount of time you have to get open. You know what I'm saying? You only can follow somebody for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A cornerback, you have 10 yards to get contact. After them 10 yards, you're really just playing follow. You know what I'm saying? So if you're playing follow and you don't really know what he's running, I'm not gonna lie, you can find space open, man. Space is gonna create gaps people are gonna move, gaps gonna open. The space is gonna be there. I think they're relying on the receivers to find the open space. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Herbert
playing
has more
in
time to throw the ball.
Yeah, but you're playing in a division where everybody knows who number one is. You got to compete against that number one. That's the Super Bowl champions as well. You go get Brendan Rice in the 7th round, who runs a 4.51,
and they winning
already down.
Michigan receiver.
He's not a quick receiver. He's
a tall receiver.
Yeah, but remember they got Ladd McClunkey. He runs a 4.4.
Hey, but you know what? Not for nothing. We talk about that, but the Chiefs last year, they're knocked. The Super Bowl champs. I mean, we're not up to them yet, but
I say relax.
The knock on this team, was the fact they had no wide receivers. They won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they still had Travis Kelce.
And you had Travis Kelce, and Travis Kelce creates his own routes. You don't have anybody
to be able to create space, get open.
You don't have anybody on that team that's just gonna do that, or that they trust to do that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. Above everything else, I might get proven right, or I might get proven wrong this season, because you guys know I'm not very high on Justin Herbert. I've never been, but I tell you what, he can definitely prove his point this season without having these stars around him. If he has a very good year and leads them to several wins, at least takes them to the playoffs, he'll show that he is a top-tier quarterback. But if he comes out and has another season like he's been having almost every other season, and we blame several reasons why he's not performing, he's going to prove my point, that he's just not that good. I think this is the season that he has to either prove me right or prove me wrong.
I think you're a little rough on Herbert, but
I am.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going because
I mean, I think he's being a little wrong, but he ain't wrong though.
But no, Herbert has put up numbers fantasy wise.
He's put up numbers fantasy wise. Fantasy don't win you games. Fantasy
no. I'm saying he's got good numbers. Period. But the problem is going to be this is how I see
the important
game. They blew up their wide receiver core. Now they're telling all these young guys, hey, it's your chance to make your name. If you come up and show and play, look, you got it. But on the flip side, we don't want what happened with Aaron Rodgers in his last season in Green Bay, where none of those guys could catch the damn ball. When he had no receivers,
Facts.
Well, what are we talking about right now? Listen, bro. I'm still on with what y'all said, like the Justin Herbert disrespect. What has he now y'all got me mad. Now I want y'all to prove me wrong, right? What has he shown y'all, right? And I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback.
Great question. Answer your own question. What has he shown you?
I believe in him. I believe in him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. But what I'm saying is that we're going based upon one game he had with Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? That we're going off that one game that he went back and forth and this, that, and third. That, like, what are we talking about? What other than that one game has he proven that he is a top 5, like a top 10 quarterback right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck are we talking about?
Rookie year, 4,300. Hold on, I got it, Mo. Okay. Rookie year, 4,300, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Next year, 5,000 yards, 38 and 15. Next to 2022, and he got hurt, 4,700, 25 and 10. And then last year, he only had 3,000 while being hurt with 20 and 7.
Yeah, but we're gonna blame, right? And then
the guy has an arm, and he could put
I'm not
the
saying
ball.
He don't have an arm. Now to each his own, right? He's surrounded with stars. Let's just say that he's surrounded with stars, right? So stars are going to be able to get their yards. We've seen in the past. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Keenan Allen is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Point blank, period. I'm saying that now. He has had 1,000 yards every fucking year, 1,000 receptions. He's done it all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mike Williams can't stay healthy to save his life, but the motherfucker get the ball. He's a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? Austin Eckler is the most receiving back there is right now. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker run the ball and catches the ball. These stats is there because of the personnel around him. I believe, and I agree with Anthony when he says this is the year. This is the year right now where they took all that shit away and put everything new around him. If he's able to put up 4,500 yards or 5,000 yards in the same, you know what I'm saying, and get some kind of success, then I could get with y'all on the Justin Herbert, he the truth. But now,
like
bro,
Trevor Lawrence.
Right now, I don't believe in Justin Herbert the same way y'all do.
And I'll also co-sign on this one as well. Kory, you were the one who told me that the numbers are inflated compared to what they used to be back in the day. So when you threw for 4,000 or 5,000 yards back then, that was huge because nobody did it. Today, the mediocre quarterback does that almost. You know, I'm not trying to say all quarterbacks because all quarterbacks don't. But the numbers are slightly inflated. So
it's a passing league now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the rules have made it so it's easier to get those numbers. That's what you told me.
Seahawks. This motherfucker was leading the league in passing yards, bro.
With 50 interceptions.
But you see that feeds that I think you basically just outdid your point, bro. You said you have 45, 5,000, 47.
But I also said touchdowns.
Sam Howell last year had 5,000 passing yards, even though he threw 50 interceptions. Don't mean nothing. You didn't mention Justin Herbert's interceptions. Bro.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't, bro.
Yes, I did. I said 40. His first year, 43. He had 31 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. I went down everything. I put the interceptions in it. So the dude was throwing. He was doing his thing.
Yeah,
I put all that in there.
Howell, bro.
And he's also
every play.
Sam Howell
surrounded
had
by a
2
bunch of stars
touchdowns and 70 interceptions,
but 5,000 passing yards.
Okay.
Just because they get in the red zone, they can't score. Ain't his prime, dog.
And to the point that he was surrounded by a ton of stars at that point. So, and my point being, now you don't have these stars. Okay, so if you do this without the stars, I'ma shut up.
Yeah,
because you obviously are doing what you're doing.
I'm loving this conversation.
I'm just saying, if you're doing this without the stars,
now, what's up?
You got me. But if you go ahead and you prove me right by being trash, then you know what I'm saying. And that's all I'm saying is I'm not condemning him. I'm saying show it to me now.
And I'm not saying trash is not going to be personal stats. I'm not saying that. He could throw for 4,000, 3,000 yards next year. But if they win 13 games, I will shut up. You know what I'm saying? I promise you I'll shut up. But if you're going to throw for 6,000 yards and lose every fucking game, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You might as well have me at quarterback and let me lose every game.
I love this conversation.
Just to bring something up as well.
Numbers don't mean shit nowadays,
go ahead, Tyler.
It's one of the things, because you said
talk. You know what I'm saying? If you don't win championships, don't talk to me. It's simple as that.
So
go ahead, Ty.
You're just saying that, like, just talking about the numbers. He said an average quarterback's doing the same thing. So I just looked something up. Kyle Murray almost averaged 4,000 the same years, and was getting stomped.
Yeah.
So it's him and Justin Herbert's throwing just a little bit more than he is, and
but that's
we shit on Kyle Murray.
Like, you know, you guys know I'm not huge on some of these fans, and you know, spoiler alert for next week, I've never been a big fan of Joe Burrow. Okay, and I get vilified by the guys here because I'm not on the Burrow bandwagon. Okay, Joe Shiesty, I'm not on the bandwagon. All right, but at least that's something I can take. And I could take heat on that because he went to a Super Bowl. So he's already shown that he can win. And it's not only because he has this all-star team around him. So, but now we're talking about Justin Herbert. And this is a guy who, there's some similarities to a Joe Burrow. And I hating on him too. You know what I mean? But he doesn't do what Joe Burrow does. So therefore, prove me wrong. With that, let me move on because I don't want to go too crazy on one team like we did with the Jets last week. All right. I want to move into, hold on, let me get to the next one here. Next guy up, Tyler. Tyler, talk to me about the resurgence of the Denver Broncos, a team that doesn't move. It's one of the only teams that.
Wait, did you use the right word? You just wanted to use a big word, didn't you?
Yeah. I actually like, well, the Broncos did some big things this past with this past off season. So if you're a Broncos fan, I'm sure you're hoping for a resurgence. So here we go. Talk to me. How do they win this?
I mean, hoping is the exact right word I would use. Looking up some of the things they've done. So the one thing that I've noticed as well, Sutton is still has yet to sign anything. He's looking for a raise. So Sutton is something that the fans are kind of wanting to get rid of. They want to get rid of Sutton. I thought he was okay on the Broncos, but we'll see what happens. He did been showing up for practice. He was showing up for throwing practice, even though he doesn't have to because he has no. He's waiting for the raise, so they might keep him. We have that. My boy, Bo Nix, only because of the name. I don't know much about him.
He definitely has a starting quarterback name.
Yep, he does. But
43 years old.
Yeah.
Per season in the NFL.
He was trying to get his master's degree. Shut up, Mo. But one thing that I was seeing that they were talking highly of was that he, with the coach, Peyton, he believes that this is going to be a good fix for a lot of the issues they were having previously. It said has good with the 2-minute efficiency, red zone scoring, and pass completion percentage were some of the things that the Broncos were struggling with last season, and Bo Nix should be coming in to try to fix that up a bit. That's what I'm seeing. I know none of you guys believe it.
No, it's not that. I just looked at his profile picture on ESPN, and the dude, he looked way older than me. He looked like a used car salesman.
He does. If you guys pull it up, he definitely looks like a guy who's going to sell you at used Toyota.
My God.
Yeah.
You gotta put the video.
He's the guy that slaps the top of the hood of a car going, this baby's going to get you 36 miles to the gallon. That's exactly who he is.
Hey, Uncle Bo, we mean everything we say, okay? All right, Unc?
He's 24-year-old, all right?
Wow.
Yes, that's the
That boy
picture.
look crazy.
Wow.
Dude looks crazy, but you know you're going to probably buy that car. You know he's going to talk you into buying.
He already took your keys, bro. He took your keys, bro. You ain't going nowhere.
And he gave you 30% APR.
Oh my God. He made you stay away from the red one. He's telling you the safe colors. Let's get this school bus yellow.
He's going to tell you about that glove box and how well you're going to need it.
Wow.
Anyways, they're looking like he's going to fix some of the problems they had before when it comes to this. Elias, Johanna, whatever. Jonah, Elias, good edge pickup at 12 sacks, 16 tackles. Elias, I'm bad with names. English is my first language and I still can't speak it. They also picked up Franklin. That was Bo's number one target. So you're picking, not only you got the quarterback, you got his number one target. You got someone he already has chemistry with. He's going to be filling in that gap for Jerry. Is it Judy?
Jerry Judy. Yeah.
Anybody
Judy.
can fill
Okay,
that
Judy.
gap. That gap is this big.
Yo, play the Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, where he
Trust me, Steve said him.
Trash.
Steve said,
and
he said, "I'm sorry, you are a mediocre wide receiver."
Don't worry.
Play the clip.
We forgot to do something at the
What's
start
that?
of the show. I'm sorry to stop you, Tyler.
No, go ahead, man.
Rest in peace, Kyrie Jackson.
That's right.
Rest
that
in
is
peace,
right.
brother. Good God Almighty.
It's a tragedy. It's unfortunate for him.
Such a young soul.
Prayers to his family. But to get on migrate
Positive
back
note.
over to the yeah, positive. It's not as positive as it should be, but a more positive note. They did traded to get Josh Franklin Myers from the Jets. Good vet presence, and definitely needs help for the D-line. Definitely needed it. They did release Justin Simmons, and that, to me, that's what I saw. I saw that they released him.
Yeah.
And definitely was a leader for their defense. So, and it was the problem is they let him go, and it definitely seemed more of a money issue because they've hit their salary cap. Their big salary cap was because of Wilson. It was $85 million that they let him go. It's $85 million. They actually went over their salary cap because of it. So letting Wilson go and stuff like that, whether they kept him or not, is what it is. But the money really screwed them over on a lot of changes they could have possibly done.
So why not just keep him?
He's dead cap space. Pittsburgh's getting him for free, basically.
But that's my point. I'm like,
why just keep him? Why not just keep
why
him?
not just keep him? Because because I talk about him all the time. I just again, a preview for next week, right? But I've always had a little fear of Russell Wilson. There's a guy whose numbers don't prove you to be fearful of him, but he wins. He wins games. And last season when he was playing, I said, don't count him out. Don't count him out. He knows how to win games. And he wins
the
games.
Broncos.
We got plenty time to cook his ass next week.
And,
I'm not gonna let y'all cook him as much as y'all want, right?
Guess who's covering?
Let y'all know that shit now.
I'm gonna light your uncle up.
Because it's gonna be a war next week. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now.
Yeah.
That is my Super Bowl winning quarterback. So I'm just gonna let y'all know I will be defending Young Buck as much as I can. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta go through me first before y'all get to him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let y'all know that.
Why don't you just put Sierra in front of you?
That's a warning shot.
I'm just saying that, that's a perfect example. Why not just keep him then? Because obviously, if he has some there's magic in that man. I'm sorry to say. I know he's not the perfect quarterback in any way, shape, or form. And I know there's better quarterbacks in the league. Yes, I agree with all of that. What I'm saying is, here's a guy who knows how to win. He couldn't get He couldn't get here with his coach. That's the reason he's not there.
That's exactly it. Him and the coach didn't see the eye to eye. That's why they have Bo Nix, because the coach sees that he can fall into the same kind of program together, where Wilson wasn't going to follow the same program as the coach. So,
do you think they're going to start Bo Nix right away, or is he going to sit for a little while?
I think they're going to start him because
week one.
I think week one, yeah. The coach has talked very highly of Bo Nix. He's been talking very highly of him, and it's the idea that it's because they see the same thing.
I think
they're on this same program.
He's almost 30.
I think he's gonna sit because Zach Wilson. They also picked up Zach Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson's there too.
You really want to start Zach Wilson? Really? That's what we doing.
Do I want to? You asked me a very specific question.
Yeah,
I want to start Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson should have never started in the NFL for me.
Damn,
unless he was on the bench and somebody got hurt. But that's me. But
I think that's what it'll be.
Sign him. They traded for him, right?
I think so.
They traded for him.
If you trade for him, and if you get the chance, you're gonna get Bo Nix. I think that they're just gonna, sit, watch. He'll get his preseason reps. We'll see what Zach Wilson is gonna do. Mm-hmm. And the moment you mess up, Uncle Bo, it's time. It's time.
This just got even worse. So
he's not
Nix,
wrong,
hold on, Bo Nix is 24. Zach Wilson is 24. Yep. Zach Wilson still looks like he's Zach Morris in high school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zach Wilson's been in the league for like 3-4 years.
3 years.
He's on his fourth year.
He's on his fourth year. So it just shows, bro.
Also from this, I'm seeing it's a little bit older of a post. I didn't see this one earlier, but it says that Bo Nix is expected to start for the Broncos.
Okay.
That's the New York Post. We'll just go from there.
New York Post is the biggest tabloid around. Speaking that from
Exactly.
a New Yorker, New Yorkers don't read the Post. That's the comic book.
So New Yorkers like to lie, is what you're saying.
No, the New York Post in New
Yorkers
York,
like
you
to
got
lie.
2 newspapers. All right, you got 2 newspapers that are worth
Times
that
and the
reading.
Post.
The Times and the Daily News. Anything else, if you read the Post, you might as well read Star, or you know what I'm saying, because it's lies.
But I think they'll start Bo Nix only because of what the coach has been said in interviews. He's really high on him. I think Zach Wilson's going to be backup. I think that's my prediction.
What he always should have been. A
Hey.
fucking backup.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
The one other thing that I want to bring up is the history of the Broncos when it comes to the other teams in this division. I didn't see anything on the Chargers, but because they do a lot of away games. Broncos, I think, said they have like 9 away games.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've only
It's half
beaten
the
the Ravens once in the past 7 tries in Baltimore, and they'll be playing in Baltimore. I mean, Baltimore's also a phenomenal team at the moment. They haven't won in Seattle since 2002, and that's their starting game is in Seattle.
Can't wait.
They haven't won in the Raiders or Kansas City since 2015, and they're doing it again.
Well, they're not going to win this season against KC or
So
the Raiders.
They did beat KC last year.
Yeah, they did. They did beat
They
KC
beat
last year.
They probably just beat them at home, but
they beat them at home.
But
they
that was
beat
when I think
KC
Mahomes
because
was
of
sick.
Russell. So
No, Mahomes,
If you
I didn't
start
even
Zach
play that
Wilson,
game.
if you start Zach
if-
Wilson, that trend continues.
If I
So
remember,
put him on the
correctly,
bench where he
wasn't
fucking
that-
belongs.
Where are they?
I think Mahomes did not play that Denver game.
no, don't do that, bro.
Don't do that.
Listen,
Don't
I
do
went
that.
on a
He
whole
did play.
rant. It's on my Instagram
He
at
did
Boogie
play.
CTV.
He
I
did
told
play?
him he said he woke up when he was sick and he had a thermometer up his ass the night before and all
Wow.
that bullshit. I said this shit. It's on
Yeah.
my fucking Instagram. That, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna sit here and be like Mahomes was sick because you did the same shit that week. You was like Mahomes is sick, he's not 100%. That's not my fault. I don't care. Just because you had a flu cold, a little head cold, you didn't take the
Or did he
tri-flu.
play?
The tri-flu ain't my problem, bro.
Don't know. All I know is they lost to Kansas City at Kansas City, then beat them at home.
Yeah. It's on my Instagram. Y'all can go watch the video, bro. It's there. Because I remember you tried to defend Mahomes the same way you doing now. And I said he was sick and he had a thermometer up his ass the night before. That ain't my problem. And he just outplayed, bro. Remember, he threw like 3 picks to Justin Simmons that game.
Who?
And
That
I was comparing Justin Simmons to Jesse Bates because, you know what I'm saying, you was on that kind of wave and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's on the Instagram. It's there.
It's on the Instagram. Check it out.
Yeah, at Boogie CTV. It's there. It's in the reels.
Yeah, give it a follow.
Mahomes did play. He
Yeah.
was
He was
24
sick that game.
for 38. Don't matter if he was sick, had an STD. It doesn't fucking matter.
No, because I remember that game because
He threw
Anthony
3
was
picks that
like he's hurting his team by playing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you're not healthy.
I
That's why I
remember.
thought he
You
didn't
know what I'm
play.
saying? Memory
Or
like an
he
elephant.
played because he was sick or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
if
threw
you have
3
to
picks
say
that game.
just
2 of them was to Justin Simmons.
Yeah, the same way how Mo said that Trevor should have sat when he was hurt last season, he actually hurt the team because we can plan. The game plan is without you. Okay, is without you. And if you're forcing us to play you and you don't play well, then you're hurting the team. Okay, and that's the same thing with Mahomes. Mahomes, you're sick. Okay, if you're sick, all right, we sit. It becomes the game plan because Coach Reed is probably the best coach in the game, right? We've always talked about Coach Reed being the best coach. All right, now his game plan against the Broncos is probably to run the shit out of Pacheco. But that's not his game plan. He doesn't prepare that game plan because Mahomes is, I'm playing, coach. And there you go. You hurt your team.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
But I'm not too highly on the Broncos this coming season. I think that they're going to be I think this is just they're putting rookies in. They're trying new things. This coach is trying something new, especially with Bo Nix and how he's going to play out. Like I said, I think he's starting, so we're going to see how this rolls out. I'm not too highly on them when it comes to this division, though.
I got a 2-part question for Tyler. Same question, but but on both sides of the spectrum. What's the best thing about this team? What's the worst thing about this team?
I think the worst thing on this team, I'm probably gonna go with defense. I think that's gonna be a rough one for them. Mainly because one, I think Justin Simmons, that loss, you're losing a leader, and I'm not saying that someone else can't really fit that, but you lost someone who was already leading your defense, and now he's gone.
Okay.
It's
So
still unsigned.
Yeah, I was just looking into that. That was stupid by them.
yeah, he's out there. He's just out there floating.
He's a phenomenal athlete,
So
phenomenal player.
I think that's the worst. The best thing on this, I'm probably gonna have to. I mean, you know what? Gonna shoot it from the hip. Best thing's Bo Nix, baby. Come on.
PS2. Let's stop. PS2 is the best thing on that team. Patrick Surtain Jr.
Yes.
is the best thing on that team. Let's.
I kind of agree
That's
with
it.
Tyler. I'm telling you, this guy is like got a Hollywood movie thing written on. Bo Nix. That's
He
gonna
sold
make a
me.
great
He
Hollywood
sold me
movie.
my used Honda.
PS2. Patrick Surtain
Okay.
the second is the best thing on that
He's
team.
the second coming of who's
Oh my god.
the Hall of Famer, Kurt Warner. Okay, he's the second coming of Kurt Warner, coming off of, you had Kurt
Getting his
Warner
master's
was
degree from Oregon.
bagging groceries at the supermarket, and then he ended up winning a Super Bowl. Bo Nix was selling used cars, and now he's going to go ahead and win a Super Bowl for the Denver Broncos. Go ahead, Bo.
Oh my god.
But we'll see. It'll be an interesting route on how this team's going to play.
Mo looks so unimpressed by Bo Nix.
We'll come back later to this, Mo.
With that being said, all right, I want to get into another really, really, which one of those teams that has a lot of potential. A lot of potential. Because last season, they proved that they are somebody we should be watching for. Okay. And of course, I'm talking about the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders started out the season with a lot of high hopes from most of their fan base. And then they were falling apart. All right. But then they made some moves, namely the coach. And this team turned around. So with that said, Kory, let me get to you, man. Talk to me about the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm excited. I was going to wear my Darren Waller Raiders jersey, but I didn't put it on for this segment. But I'm very excited. They finished number 2 in the AFC West. They went 8-9. What? Oh, he dipped out.
Motherfucker said that shit when you said you wear Darren Waller jersey. Like,
Yeah, I got one. I do have one. The Raiders jersey, man. He
you
was
start
all
singing when you
over
put
there.
that shit on.
Oh yeah. So we know the biggest hit that they took this offseason was Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, he's gone to the Packers. He had a quiet season, very, very quiet to me last season. But I think that was due to all the offense. We have Jimmy G. They cut him. He was suspended for 2 games anyway. I think he's a backup on the Rams or something like that. I'm not sure. Somewhere out there.
Bye.
Defensive tackle Jerry Tiller went to the Vikings. And they did cut Hunter Renfrow and Brian Hoyer.
What's your problem?
Hoyer.
Whoa.
But they did go out and they did make some moves. I think one of the better signings they made was they went and grabbed Gardner Minshew from the Colts. He kind of resurged his career over there last season. Hey, Minshew magic, baby. Minshew magic. He got 2 years.
Listen, I was a true believer in Minshew last year. It was on every fucking episode last year. I said it, Minshew Mania. I got all these guys saying it except for Mo. And then I
can
finally
say it
got
now.
one episode where you said it.
I can say it.
So believe in Minshew Mania, but Minshew
I can
Mania
say
is
it now.
fucking
Yeah,
real.
because he don't play for the ops anymore. So now, you know.
Fucking real, dog.
He signed a 2-year, $25 million, $15 million guaranteed contract. They went and grabbed Alexander Madison from the Vikings. We'll see how he pans out. I mean, last year the Vikings running game was non-existent at all. So maybe
Because
he
of
can help.
him.
I said maybe he can help out. But the Vikings
crazy.
did get Cam Akers last year. The Vikings to help out, but
That was
Hey,
crazy.
that helped them.
Madison was
yeah,
because
But Cam Akers
Madison
came
was
in for
ass.
3 plays and got hurt. Y'all remember that, right?
They
I
had
remember
to
that.
go get Cam because Madison was ass.
Bro, I
just
drafted him.
do the
He
chant.
was supposed to be that sleeper pick. He didn't. Nobody told him. He went to sleep. But go ahead. Sorry, I digress.
No, you good. You good. They got Adam Butler, the defensive tackle, but one of the pickups I really did like, they got a quiet core over there, and you'll understand their receiving core is it's something to look forward to this year. But they went and got ex-Cowboy Michael Gallup for 1 year, and we've seen Gallup. He's a good, solid receiver. What's up? Go ahead.
You named Christian Wilkins?
No,
Because they got him too.
Christian Wilkins
From Miami, the D tackle from
the
Miami.
D tackle. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did get him.
Yeah, because that's a big addition.
And then so here's the thing. They went out and got Brock Bowers with their first pick, 6'4", 230 out of Georgia. Best tight end in the draft. But there's something more to not just to that. I'll get to that a little later. They went and got
Hold on.
Jason Powers.
You got me too. And you
How
got
you
me.
gonna blue
Come
ball
on
me
now.
like
It's
that?
gonna come. It's coming in the
How
next
you gonna
little
blue ball
section.
me like that?
Did you see his hairline?
Who,
He
mine?
don't look 45
I ain't got no hairline.
No, Brock Bowers.
He don't look 45 though.
Okay, all right. So
He don't look as bad as Bo Nix.
What do you call that, huh? What do you call that? Look at that.
That's
That's
a
a bad photo, man. That's
That's a
taken from the
middle-aged-
bottom
called-
going on a certain
that's
angle.
called
Come on, man.
Georgia
Get
training
that.
camp.
Man, guys,
32-year-old middle-aged man.
But say,
He's
look at
32.
the
He's
look at
not
his
45
ESPN
like
picture.
Bo
It ain't
Nix.
any better.
He's
Bro,
32.
That's that Georgia training camp right there.
That's a Christian pastor right there.
There you
At
go.
32. The second round, they went up Jackson Powers, Conson, a center out of Oregon.
Yep.
He was the second best ranked at his position, so they got another piece to add to that line to help out Gardner. So here's one of the better parts of the segment, in my opinion. Motherfucking Antonio Pierce, boy. This guy, he's a Super Bowl winning player from the New York Giants, and he's a firecracker. He comes with so much intensity. It's something this team needed. He was hired in 2022 as their linebacker coach. And then he was named the interim coach October 31st of 2023. At that time, the Raiders were 3-5. After he took over stuff, they went 5-4, even beating KC, stomping the Chargers 63-21. And I do remember that game. It was pick six city. They could move the ball anyway. But in my opinion, he changed that culture. The Raiders were in like this losing kind of culture where the coach didn't really care if they won or lost. But when Antonio Pierce came in and they started winning games, they were partying after every game.
It
And
was like they were
Antonio
frats.
Pierce, yeah, and Antonio Pierce was the centerpiece of that. They're smoking cigars, doing videos, whatever it is. But he brought back that spark, that energy to that locker room, which is definitely what they needed. They really, really needed it. So I think he is a focal piece of this team, which is good to know that if your coach is someone you can rely on and you guys respect, you're going to play your heart out for him. But let's not forget they have one of the best wide receivers in the game in Devontae Adams on that team,
That
who
they don't
still
use.
put up he still put up 1,000 yards at 8 touchdowns. Now you're pairing him with Michael Gallup, who, like I said, is a pretty good proven receiver, and Jacoby Myers. But now here's the section about Brock Bowers. So last year they went and got, in their second round pick, they picked up Michael Mayer, another 6'4" guy who's got great hands. And now you're going to pair him with Brock Bowers. You're running a double set tight end with Adams, Jacoby Myers, and Michael Gallup. Defenses are gonna have problems. They're gonna have fits with these guys. Two big solid tight ends who can catch. Devontae Adams, you can't leave him in one-on-one coverage. Jacoby Myers with the little bit of speed he's got, and Gallup, who's just a solid in the slot. He can play inside, outside, and he'll go get the ball. But that was what I was talking about with Brock Bowers being there. That's going to be a real big problem having those two tight ends. But let's not forget Mad Max, who was almost defensive MVP. I guess got to mention the guy's name. He's a beast on that side of the ball. A white boy doing what he's doing out there. Whoo-wee! And he's smoking cigars. Max is really a brother underneath all that white skin. He really a brother. What you got to say? You rose up real quick. I saw that.
Who's starting?
Say what you got to say, Mo. Because he perked up real quick.
Yeah, but who's the starting quarterback, Kory?
I said-
Who's going to start this year?
Gardner
It's going to be
Minshew.
Minshew?
Hell yeah.
Is he starting?
They
though?
ain't starting no Aiden O'Connell. You just paid this man $15 million. He's starting.
Garner is starting until Shador.
Wow. Next year.
until they tank and trade, do whatever they got to do to get the number one
For
pick.
the record, I
Shador.
want to say something real quick. And I've been very vocal about certain things about how I feel about how players should be acting. I don't like how vocal Devontae Adams has been lately. And I don't know if y'all seen it. He's been really vocal about like the whole Josh McDaniels era. You know what I'm saying? The whole like all that bullshit he was going through in the beginning, the first half of the season. He's been very vocal about that, and I think he's being very vocal about what he expecting receiving this year. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think they put in the little disrespect on his name because his stats weren't where they used to be because of the half year that he didn't get the ball at all. Like, so I think now he's being very vocal about that. And
He doesn't have that much time left of his career.
I don't like that.
So
you don't like it from Devontae. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like that from Devontae. Like how, you know what I'm saying? How he's being very vocal about that. And now he's like, I'm getting the ball. You know, I've said it about Stephon Diggs. I don't like when receivers try to dictate their stats. Like
No.
determine that shit. You know what I'm
saying? Unless we saw something different, he was responding to one team only, and that was the Chargers. The Chargers put out how every team put out their videos about the schedule.
Yeah.
And then they all take shots at the other team that's on the schedule. When they took a shot at the Raiders, they had his picture, then they had this cartoon makeup calling him garbage. And he was responding to that. He said, "Hi, my garbage." He was like, "Keep my name out your mouth, because hi, my garbage, when every time I've played you, I average 150. So, and then they brought up the stats. He averages 150. Guess who they play? First game, I think it is.
Twice a year.
They play them twice a year, but I think the first game is
Chargers.
You got the Chargers. So you could have took a shot at that team differently, but you chose the best player on it.
I mean, that's like, you got to, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you called him garbage. Now you got to back it up.
Well,
and
yeah, you got to
was
back it up.
responding to them, and that's all he said. But if you watch receiver though, on that,
that's what I'm saying. I didn't watch receiver. I know a lot of quotes is coming out of receiver. You know what I'm saying?
He had Jimmy G, man.
I feel you.
And
the
Aiden
only thing
O'Connell,
I thought
he put up 1,000 yards.
Aiden O'Connell did better than Jimmy G as far as him.
Agreed.
But what I thought Justin was going a different way. I thought you were going to say, you chose the Raiders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He chose the Raiders, but
he chose to go over there and die.
He chose them for Derek Carr. They got rid of Derek Carr. You get Jimmy G. You talk highly about Jimmy G in the beginning of the year. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy this and because Jimmy G was just in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. You're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he went there for Derek Carr.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you go there and they weren't some greatly ran team. You went there knowing that they were dysfunctional.
That's
you chose that.
You chose
that.
You had other
facts.
options.
That is facts.
So
you know that they are a dysfunctional team for sure.
Randy Moss tried to tell it's a plethora of players that have talked about how the Raiders is run. You chose that, brother.
But now with Antonio Pierce and his personality, do you think he's going to put more? Hold on to the reins a little bit tighter.
No,
he's going to get his numbers.
Players coach.
Hell no, he's a players coach. But you're talking about a guy who should have been signed as the head coach of this team right away. They waited all season long. It was obvious to everybody. We had topics on the show last season. How long is it going to take before the Raiders give this man the job permanently? And they were slacking. What
It's
I'm
a respect
saying
thing, bro.
on that is they're a dysfunctional team. Mo called it, the management of it, the ownership of it, the team is dysfunctional. And if they couldn't get it right with an obvious choice as Antonio Pierce, that was obvious. We all knew he should have had the job. That was ridiculously obvious.
You guys see this rumor
What
about
rumor?
Rodgers and Devontae Adams?
Yes, that rumor I was going to
About
get to
him
that
going to the
because
Jets.
yeah, they
Yeah.
are real close because he wants to go play for the Jets.
And Adams has been caught saying, he's like, hey, you never know. We're always talking. We're always scheming. I'm on board.
Yeah, but he does have 3 seasons left to his contract, so he can't force it.
Rodgers
He's
don't
got
these
3?
He's got 3 seasons left. He signed a 5-year contract. He's only played 2.
Do you think they'll do a trade?
Another dysfunctional team, and no, I don't think they'll do
It would
a
have
trade.
to be a
'cause you
trade
got
with
to
Garrett
give up.
Wilson.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to
something
give
like
up
that.
people you want.
Yeah.
And no,
The only way it
It would
happens
be
is you
Garrett
have
Wilson
to
or
trade.
draft picks.
Yeah, and that's crazy. Don't get me wrong. Devontae's an awesome player, but Garrett Wilson is young, so he's already shown. He's not shown that he's as good as Devontae. I'm not trying to put him onto that same category, like the same place. But how long do you have Devontae? You've got him what? 2, 3 more seasons tops. Wilson has 6, 7, 8 seasons left in him easily, unless he gets a major injury. So I mean, there's no reason to make that type of a move. If I'm the Raiders and that is offered, that might not be a bad idea. Yeah,
Devontae's 31, so
but Devontae's 31. How much longer does he have?
3.
Yeah,
I give him 3.
don't get me wrong. He's in phenomenal shape. He's a star.
Yeah, but you can't help Father Time.
Yeah,
You can't
at
stop
some
it.
point you just slow down.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I would trade picks if I was the Jets. It would definitely be a first or
you do not set your franchise back for no 30-some-year-old receiver like that.
It's not. We just had this discussion last time. It's a win now for the Jets.
it is a win now for the Jets. It definitely is.
They got the pieces to win now. Don't get rid of Garrett Wilson.
Well, I'm not saying get rid of Garrett Wilson. I'm saying giving up draft picks.
Wait. I gotta go back in time. I gotta go back in time for about 30 seconds now. This man just said, here. You heard me? This man right here just said they have the pieces to win now. And last week he sat here and picked the Dolphins.
Y'all told me they had the pieces.
No, I told you.
That's what y'all told me.
That's not what you just said. That's not what you just said.
You got caught.
That.
You just got caught. You
just said they got the pieces to win now. And I 100% agree with you, sir. But last week you said I was crazy and you picked the Dolphins.
You are crazy.
Okay, so if I'm so crazy, then why don't you win now by picking one of the best wide receivers in the game?
Y'all told me they had the pieces. He told me,
Yeah,
Justin,
me.
He told me.
I said it.
No, you said it, but Justin told me, oh, they're receivers. They're deep at receiver. What are we talking about Mike Williams for?
Always ain't that high game.
Well, I mean, he didn't go that high, but
I know. But he just told me, that the receivers were crazy, right? All right, so why in the world would you trade picks? Let's talk about picks. Why would you get rid of all those picks and set your people back?
I agree with you on the picks. I don't say nothing. But
Then,
if you
on the
told
flip
me
side,
we're going to trade
you either
ones,
gonna get rid of Sauce or Garrett.
Oh, I ain't getting rid of Sauce
because they asking for one of them.
I'll give you Garrett if I can get Devontae, and I would give you a late pick. I'm talking about like round 3, 4. Or if you wanted to trade ones, I'm okay with that too. But I'm not giving up a high pick for.
Ain't he 31?
He 31.
Yeah, but that's not how that would work.
I'm gonna give up my 20.
Again,
wouldn't get rid of
only
Garrett
because
Wilson.
I'm want to win right now.
What they would do is they would make some moves. They would trade some picks, and then they'd blow up the team after the win. That's it. Because they wouldn't be able to pay. They wouldn't be able to pay.
I'm not gonna do your voice that high no more, gang. All right.
That's what they would do.
with that. I mean,
Any questions on the Raiders?
I think the Raiders are what
I got a real good one.
Talk
Even
to
though
me.
they signed him, right? How much losing you think they can do before they get rid of Antonio Pierce?
So you want to ask how short is the leash?
Because you know who name keep getting attached to the Raiders?
Brady.
Who's that?
Shador.
Oh.
And then how do you get Shador? You have to lose.
You're gonna have to lose, and of course, I think that
one you
comes
gonna
with
do?
Sanders. Do you think Sanders leaves Colorado to go to the
No.
Raiders? Is
Raiders.
He said it.
If his
he
son
said
gets
no
drafted
enough
by them?
where I believe him. No, I believe he said no enough for me to believe him. To be honest, he said his reasoning is probably the most part. He likes to control.
Tyler, do me a favor.
I don't
Look
think
up
he
what
can go
draft picks
to.
the Raiders have next year. Or
I
this
don't think he
season.
can go to an NFL team like the Raiders and go have as much control over the players as much as he does when he's in college. Because you can't recruit. You can do that prime stuff in college, and he can go get his money in college, any college in the nation. But to go to the Raiders and be able to just go pick like he can do right now, no, I don't think he goes. And then if they get tired of you, them grown men. And he said that too. He was like, man, I have to be in there fighting them guys.
You're asking
He
how many
said that
draft
while he was
picks
in
they have?
Jackson State.
Yeah, like what positions do they have?
Oh,
First and
all right.
seconds.
With the other thing
and
about
third.
that is I don't think he'll leave Colorado simply because of the fact that he hasn't proven anything in college yet.
Nope.
He hasn't even turned Colorado into a winning team yet.
Nope, 4-8.
You know what I mean? So I mean, if you turned them around, if you was right there when it comes to the national title and everything, if you were there, then maybe. But you're not there. So you haven't done anything yet. You know?
7th round.
That's it?
739.
That's the second round.
Yeah. First round they only have 7.
Oh, they're number 7
Yeah, they're number 7 in round 1.
in round 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a possibility they could probably make something happen for Shador with that first round pick.
You got to lose, get Shador.
Well, they're 7th right now.
Do you think that Shador end up being the number 1 pick?
Hell no.
Don't get me started.
I'm just asking a question because you're saying they are projected, according to Tyler. You said they should end up with that number 7 pick.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's how it's looking as of right now.
Okay, so if they're projected at the 7, do you not think that they can get him with 7?
Yeah.
So do you think they need to be higher than 7 to get him?
They could be lower and get him.
But no, what I mean by higher is they have to have 1 through 6. 1 through 6.
They could be lower. They could be lower.
I don't think that. I don't think that because I think the reason they held Shador back, to be honest, because Shador could have came out this year. I think it looks better for him to come out this upcoming year because instead of him competing with Caleb Williams, you ain't competing with.
Well, not even Caleb Williams. He was competing with Caleb Williams, Drake May,
Right. But
Bo Nix.
But stop it. But stop it. But he was competing with someone this year. He's not competing with anybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And quarterbacks
So he
usually
will be
go.
the first
If you're gonna
quarterback.
go, you're gonna go number 1.
Yeah, he will be the first quarterback. But
The only
you got to get the 2 or 3 to get Shador.
what's the dude name on Buffalo on Colorado? Travis Henry.
Travis
Hunter. He's another wild X factor. If he has a really good season, then yeah, he could go. He could be a number 1 if he has a really good season.
You're going to get me to talking, and I think we should just move on at this point.
Yeah,
this isn't a college football show.
So wait,
and
one last.
I don't want to have to hurt any feelings out there.
So real quick, last question about the Raiders though. Where do they rank in this division, Tyler?
They're definitely
Better than the Broncos.
I'm getting to you, Kory. Better than the Broncos. All right, I'm gonna take that. Justin, 3.
Third, man.
Mo, 3. Kory, you the one who actually
finish where
2.
they finish.
I agree with you, Kory. I think they'd be the second best team in this division. I agree with you. All right. That said,
Because
guys, let me talk about the team everybody's probably waiting to hear. Okay, I'll put it in the show notes below of what time. If you just want to skip all this shit and just go straight to this part. All right.
boo.
All right. The team that everybody kept trying to count out. I don't care who you were last season. You were watching. If you are not a KC fan last year, you pretty much counted them out all season and saying, "See, they ain't doing nothing. They ain't not doing nothing. Look, he got no wide receivers out there. Okay, all they keep bringing is your boy Kelsey and talking about the what are they called?
Taylor Swift. The
Swifties. Okay. Oh, I'm so tired of seeing her on TV. Whatever.
Her no cheeks.
You know, but you know what? Watch yourself. Don't get me banned by the Swifties, right? But you know what? They won the Super Bowl.
Barely.
They won the Super Bowl.
Hey,
you
Chad,
can't be almost pregnant, okay?
He's
They
salty
won
because he got his
the
Super Bowl.
That was disclosed.
So as of right now, no
but
matter
your pop's
who you
prediction
root
was the
for,
Jets. Okay, the Jets.
as
I
of
had
right,
the Ravens. Okay.
as of right now, no matter who you root for, they the reigning champs. Period. I don't care. Justin, talk to me about the reigning champs. Do they do this shit again?
I just want to say, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have a post Super Bowl show. So I want to say to Mo, Kory, and Tyler, I told y'all. Told you so. I just want to get that out there. You know what I'm saying? I told you so. You know what I'm saying? We had it, and only me and my dad took KC. Yeah, I took all three. I took the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I said they were too strong. They had the Avengers and all that bullshit. You don't bet against greatness. You know what I'm saying? You don't bet against greatness. You don't bet against experience. And I don't give a fuck if you was drafted in the fucking last pick in the NFL draft. You are not as good as fucking Patrick Mahomes, all right?
Preach.
I just want to let y'all know that. Y'all was wrong. I told y'all so. And I'm expecting apologies from every single one of you. If you want to mail it, email it, text me, call me. I don't give a fuck. Just, I need an apology from all you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I will be buying you guys each a wig. You know what I'm saying? You guys need a map
Wig.
I wear the same mullet as that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't apologizing for shit. Fuck them.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, now let's get into the topic, bro.
All right.
I already said it. You don't bet against greatness. You know what I'm saying? I know I was one of those people in the first half of the year, like, yo, this shit don't look good for y'all. But winners gonna do what winners do, bro. There's no denying it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all doubted him out. He had no receivers. We told him that it wasn't gonna work out. He got in the playoffs and he do what Patrick Mahomes do, man. You know what I'm saying? The next upcoming, you know what I'm saying? What they're already trying to argue. He's already trying to compete with the Brady status, the GOAT status, and you got to relax on that. You know what I mean? He's not there yet, but 3 rings. Right now, he's cooking right now. You know what I'm saying? So
it's halfway there.
Yeah, he's already halfway there. He's already halfway there. But this team was not supposed to win the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? They had a rough start. I believe they lost week 1. They lost week 1 to Jared Goff and the Lions week 1. You know what I'm saying? So we was already looking at it as in this team had no receivers. They didn't address their receiver problem. When the trade deadline came, they didn't want to. They stayed believed. They stood 10 toes with the receivers they had. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't.
Huh?
No, they didn't.
They brought didn't they bring back Mecole Hardman?
Bro, what the fuck was McCall Holman? Yo, this is what I'm talking about.
He scored. He scored the winning touchdown.
Hardman scored the touchdown.
Scored the winning touchdown.
That's the only fucking catch. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? He get one fucking catch. You're talking about he brought back McCall Hardman. Bro, that he left to the Jets because he was like, nah, I'm done. Realized Rodgers went down in 5 seconds. Called him back like, yo, please take me back. I didn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? They brought him back, and he made one catch his whole time back. It just so happened to be one of the most important catches. You know what I'm saying?
Immortalized.
I don't want to fucking hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? They had no receivers. I'm going to fucking say it again. They had no receiver. They had one receiver, and he went and crashed his car, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? But They had no receivers. Count him out all year. Travis Kelce. We always said we were saying he was blinded by the BBL cheeks, and he wasn't blinded. You know what I'm saying? Well, no BBL cheeks. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't blinded. He was very focused. You know what I'm saying? He had cut his hair. He had got to wear a mustache, and that shit worked because it distracted the defenders. You know what I'm saying? Distracted the defenders, so he was able to get open. He was like, look. You know what I'm saying? And he got out. You know what I'm saying? That's how it worked. So, but moving to the offseason, obviously, I would do the same thing. No coach changes. There's not a single coaching change that was made. The defensive coordinator, who should be a head coach, you know what I'm saying? Because he is, I believe, it's Steve Magnola. Should be a
Spagnola.
Yeah, Magnola. He should be a head coach.
Spags. That's what his nickname is. Spags. So
Yeah.
Spag.
So he should be a head coach, but I think he decided that the grass wasn't greener on any other side, and he'd rather just stay in Kansas City and win championships. And honestly, I don't blame him, bro. You know what I'm saying? He did get his start with Andy Reid when he started in Philly. So I guess he decides to stay loyal, stay with his boy. And he's actually one of the best defensive minds right now. He has one of the top defenses. His defense is doing numbers. You know what I'm saying? Even when they count him out, does numbers, shutting down the Avengers, doing what he gotta do. You know what I'm saying? He prepped for y'all. He prepped for y'all. 2 weeks, y'all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He prepped for y'all. Every single one of y'all. So they saying that he should be a head coach. I think he's deciding, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm just gonna keep winning championships. I'm gonna fill my hand up. And when I fill my hand up, I'm gonna start working on the other hand. So I can go like this. And I can fucking, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody know that I don't need to be a head coach to be great. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But other than that, the big one was the Snead trade. The Snead trade to Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because they wanted to get rid of him. Obviously, it was a cap issue. You know what I'm saying? It was a cap issue. They had to choose between either him or Chris Jones. Everybody I think they ultimately decided on re-signing Chris Jones, bro. You know what I'm saying? After Snead, I believe, in my opinion, had a career year last year. You know what I'm saying? Shutting down everything that came across him. It didn't matter who it was, if it was your best receiver, your auntie, your uncle, or even like, you know what I'm saying, your little nephew, your little Tyler
But they
that out
gave
running
Snead,
motherfuckers.
they franchise tagged Snead, but they gave him the non-exclusive one, I think.
Yeah, they
To
franchise tagged
where
him so they can
to
get
where if
something back.
somebody if somebody matches him, then he can go, where they could have just franchise tagged him and that would have been it. But
No,
I
but
know it would have
they didn't
cost them a
want
little bit more.
to lose him in free agency. They
Mm-hmm.
wanted to receive something back for him. You know what I'm saying? So they franchise tagged him and then got rid of him because they can't afford it. Because Chris Jones, obviously, I seen Chris Jones sat out for his contract negotiations. He sat out week one. That's why they lost. Because, you know what I'm saying, Montgomery ran right up the middle every fucking play. Kind of showed why that he needed his presence in the middle, in that big middle right there. And obviously, D tackles are harder to come by. Good D tackles are harder to come by than cornerbacks. Cornerbacks are made in a machine. D tackles are made from the ground. You know what I'm saying? You got to grow them motherfuckers. So when I say that is because Chris Jones was just and was a big part of their success in the Super Bowl as well, and throughout their little run that they was coming through the playoffs. So
He was a big
obviously
part
hit
of
his
their whole defense all season. He was
yeah,
causing
you know what I'm saying.
problems.
He hit his $1 million quota in his sacks. Remember when he hit his sack? Yeah, see, that's the thumbnail right there. That's your thumbnail right there.
You making me change the thumbnail.
But what's it called? So yeah, so Chris Jones, big presence. So they was able to re-sign Chris Jones. He's locked down, not going nowhere. Unfortunately, Sydney had to catch that stray bullet and got sent somewhere else, bro. You know, hopefully, I wish him nothing but great success over there at Tennessee.
I don't.
Right now, they tried to address the receiver issue because obviously they have social media. They see what the people are saying. They see what the critics, and they know they have eyes. They have film. They know that they have receiver issues. That's what the main problem was. So they go ahead and they go sign Hollywood Brown. You know what I'm saying? 1 year deal. You know what I'm saying? Go get Hollywood Brown. Obviously, we saw what he was doing over there in Baltimore. We went over there to Arizona for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He got his open shots, but with Kyle Murray throwing you the ball and everything like that, you're not really gonna show what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully with Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball now, we'll be able to see that same Hollywood Brown that was in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? speedster, able to add on to that receiver room. They have Rashid Rice, you know what I'm saying? Rookie year last year. Played amazingly, you know what I'm saying? Obviously came out the mud, a lot of receptions, was able to get open. Basically was the real anchor of this receiver room last year.
That's crazy.
Until the offseason
Rookie
came.
did that.
Yeah, Rookie did that, you know what I'm saying? Until the offseason came, where he wants to go play Speed Racer. And he wants to go play
He
Paul
was
Walker.
playing Need for Speed.
Yeah, he wants to go play Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, and all that, and crash his car and do all that shit. But you know what I'm saying? He's saying that he is okay and everything is fine. So hopefully he's gonna it's not getting no more trouble. Because I don't think he's doing no jail time for that. He's not doing no jail time. He will be playing next year, but they need to lock him in a room. You know what I'm saying? And just leave him there. Just leave him there because he can't keep getting in trouble, bro. Is that you made the apology, do what you gotta do is cool, but you need to stop. Just you have the potential to be with the arguably the greatest quarterback, you know what I'm saying, and stay with him throughout majority of your career. Have a notable career with him. Meaning you had your rookie year and you made an impact your rookie year. Imagine you stay there 4 or 5 years with Patrick Mahomes. Continue work with him, establish that chemistry, become a top receiver in this league. So all it takes for you to mess it up is just by being dumb. You know what I'm saying? Just chill, relax. You know what I'm saying? So now they was able to with Rashid coming back, with Rashid being there. Now, other than that, there was no real signings this offseason. The reason why is because they're trying to project for next year. They're gonna have to re-sign this offensive line next year. This offensive line is coming up to the last of their contracts. You got their right guard, who I believe is on his last year, hit their center, who's arguably
Creed
Humphreys.
Humphreys.
Yeah, it's arguably the best center in the league right now. He's due for his contract extension next year. So that's the reason why they're trying to save that cap space for those guys.
They did add Irv Smith Jr.
Yeah,
on tight end to help out with that core. They got and
they
the
drafted a
rookie-
tight end. They drafted a tight end too. I guess they're trying to plan for when Kelsey decides he's done. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of rumors last year that he was probably done after this year, but Kelsey's looking like he wants to take podcasting full time after probably this season or next year. Well, they just signed him for 2 years, correct? Am I tripping? I think they extended him for 2 years.
Tyler. You get a chance. Can you look up that Kelsey contract for just a moment?
So, he's in the process.
Yeah, so I think he's going to sign another 2 years, and then I think he's done after that. I think he's done. So
How old
I think they're trying to plan for the future without him. But let's talk about the draft, man. So they drafted.
He's 34.
Kelsey his contract runs through 2027.
Yeah. So after I think that's the last
contract.
Yes.
I think that's the last of his contract. He's after he's done. He already said it that after that he's gonna try to take podcasting full time.
Well, with that mustache, what's he gonna be, about 44? Because the mustache has to age him like 5 years.
Right. So let's talk about the draft. We got they went and got with their first round pick, Xavier Worthy. Now everybody's talking about Xavier Worthy as in this fast John Ross 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Mo could back me up. From what I see, I think he's better than what John Ross is. I think that 40 time is definitely I think that's what everybody's talking about. But he's more than that. He's a route runner.
He's a route runner.
Yeah, he's a really good route runner. It's just that we knew he was fast. We just didn't know he was that fast. You know what I'm saying? He's that fast. So this is to imagine this receiver trio that is going to come into the next year for the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, you got Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, and Rashid Rice returning. On top of it, they got Travis Kelsey, and they drafted another tight end in the 3rd round. I don't have his name written down, but
Jared
I know that
Wiley.
he's supposed to.
Jared Wiley.
Yeah, so he's supposed to be. He's not. They compare him to Travis Kelsey. I don't think he's as good as Travis Kelsey, but they saying that he should be replacing Travis Kelsey when Travis Kelsey goes on. You know what I'm saying? So, and they adjusted another offensive lineman in the 2nd round. I can't pronounce it. The Samoan. I don't know, Kory, if you can pronounce his name for me. Yeah. Tyler's looking at it right now. He's like,
just Kingsley. Just that's all I got.
Yeah.
Sumatia.
Out of BYU. It's out of BYU. You've seen the big Samoan on BYU. Draft him in the 2nd round.
Oh, so he don't get no coochie.
Huh?
Wow.
He's from BYU. He don't get no coochie.
Yeah, he don't get no coochie. So he got a lot of pent up frustration.
He's
Yeah, so
6'5",
that's another- that's
326. 6'5", 326.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big boy.
Big boy. Big boy.
got a lot of pent up aggression. Can't get no coochie.
It's
boy.
Swamataya. That's how you pronounce it.
Wamataya.
Yep.
Yeah, big Samoan out of the second round. He's going to be another thing, another one protecting Patrick Mahomes as well. So that's what they're addressing. They addressed the offensive line. They're addressing the offensive line this year or next year. They adjusted the receiver issue. They still have their tight end. You still got Pacheco returning. This offense never changed, man. Yeah, this offense never changed. So you know what happens when things don't change and things just get better? Gonna keep winning championships. They trying to run it back.
All right, so you just answered the question I was going to ask you. Do they do it again?
Back. Thing about this team was able to win without a receiver core. They coming into this year, they got one. They addressed it in the offseason. They did what they had to do. They got more protection for Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you lost one of your top corners, but you was able to lock down your defensive tackle. One player is not going to stop this team from winning another championship. I do believe Kansas City Chiefs can do it the 3-peat.
Would it be a 3-peat?
And I stand behind that. As much as I don't like Patrick Mahomes winning too much, because you guys know when somebody starts winning too much, I start disliking them. I feel like just share the wealth, you know. How other people win, you know what I'm saying? Let the Jags win a Super Bowl once in a while, you know what I'm saying? I don't really want to see Baltimore win, you know what I'm saying? But let Baltimore finally get one. I mean, like let Lamar get one, you know what I'm saying? He's been here, he's put in the pain, let him get one, you know what I'm saying?
See,
now
you're a smart young man.
Right now,
you're a smart young man, because Kory was getting all upset. He was about to attack you. You said, let Baltimore win. He was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to say a thing.
Let Seattle run it back
calm
one
Kory
time.
down.
You know what I'm saying? Let me
you're the
do what I
Kory whisperer.
Like it's getting to a point where I'm tired of teams winning too much. The reason why I didn't really like Brady when Brady was playing, he won too damn much. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair.
You didn't like him because that's Boston, and we're New Yorkers. That's why you didn't like.
I didn't like Brady. I didn't like Brady either, bro. Even when Brady went to Tampa, I didn't like Brady. You know
I didn't like Bledsoe. I didn't like Brady. I don't like Bledsoe. I don't like none of them.
But that's really the Kansas City offense, Kansas City Chiefs off season. Not really a lot of changes. They got a lot of changes coming next year, but they addressed the issues in the room, and I feel like they could run it back, bro. Go to 3-peat, bro.
Facts. Now, question to the other three. He crazy? He crazy for feeling this way? Talk to me. Y'all being too quiet right now, especially you, Mo. I don't like you like this.
Oh, I got these shits.
Yeah, see, he got two guns ready to shoot, and y'all want to be like Mo looking like he rolling a blunt over there, on the low. Like
we haven't seen anybody 3-peat in God knows how long in here in the NFL. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a totally different look season this time around. Okay, I think what I'm expecting is old Kansas City's going to arrive where they're actually catching the ball. They're looking good, but I don't expect them to win this year.
All right, I'm going to throw something out there for y'all. I'm going to throw something out there. If they do.
Who's going to beat them?
If they do. I'm sorry, if they 3-peat. Does Andy walk away?
Nah. I think he's still got
I'm seeing this correctly, there's never been a 3-peat.
I didn't think so.
There's never been a 3-peat.
Yeah, never been a 3-peat.
I think the best chance you had was the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys won 2 in a row. I think that was it.
Oh, there's a lot of 2 in a rows I'm seeing on here.
The Rams had 2 in a row.
Packers were the first 2, baby. Let's go. But no, you got
59, bro.
67 and 68. Shut up. But you had Green Bay go back to back, then Miami, Pittsburgh again.
Beautiful. That's all beautiful.
So
could they 3-peat? That's very true. They could. Will they 3-peat?
Fuck.
No. But if they do, Andy Reid is not walking away. I think he's running with Pat until him and Pat decide to go on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying what credit for that.
And it was so much disrespect. No. It's so much it was so much disrespect put on that man's name from his Philly to
Philly
start a
days.
Chiefs.
Oh my God.
Big time.
And then do you remember when Doug Peterson won?
Mm-hmm.
And more disrespect just came. How did your protege come and make one before you and get one before you? It was a lot of disrespect put on Andy Reid's name. And I'm pretty sure he looked at Bill Belichick and said, all I needed is something like that. And I bet I could outdo you. And here we are.
All I'm saying is that even Bill Belichick didn't do that. And Andy Reid's not a young man. We're not talking to
Andy
young
Reid
man.
is 66.
That's my point. We're
I
not
don't
talking
think
to
he's
young
got-
men. That's what I'm saying. So think
You don't
about
think
this.
he has
I just want to
4
portray.
years
I
in
just
him?
want to put this out there for y'all.
Yes, bro.
I'm just putting it out there.
It's a
Okay.
lot, man.
77.
Bill Belichick was highly considered greatest coach all time for the very long time. Had he walked away prior to Brady leaving the Patriots, had he walked away from it, he would have kept that. He would have held that in his back pocket. Greatest coach all time. I did it. It's me. The reason why I'm doing it, okay, it's me. It's my system, everything, right? But he stays too long. Brady leaves. He goes into a rebuilding situation. It's too much to do to rebuild this whole damn team, okay, especially without a star quarterback. Now we talking about he only won because Brady was there. He lost that greatest coach of all time. Now he's, we don't even want to hire him with the Atlanta Falcons.
That was a contract issue. You don't have that contract issue with Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes keeps locking in for more seasons.
Yeah.
And guess what?
I'm just
Andy
saying.
Reid in too.
I'm
Now,
just putting it out there for y'all. I'm
I
saying.
get what
Andy
you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
If
I get
Andy
what you're saying,
goes
but
walks
that's not
away-
the same situation.
Yeah,
here.
you want him to leave on top. I know what you're
I
saying.
want him to walk
But-
away like that.
Yeah, on top. Like you the
What you
greatest
got?
of all time. Granted.
Belichick,
But when I look at it, it's
and
like,
Brady were two different
why would
things.
you not ride the Patrick Mahomes coattail?
Because
the
he's
whole
66.
his whole career. I would do
He's
it.
66, man.
Yeah,
I think-
but you're
I'm not saying
you're
to do
24,
play to your
sir.
fucking, you don't coach to your 75. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying do that. But what I'm saying is that you, like Mo said, you got 5 years left. You know what I'm saying? Coach to your 70.
He said 4.
Yeah, well,
He-
4 or 5
No.
years.
That was just me throwing out a number.
Yeah, just 4 or 5 years.
He
Just
needs 3 more to get
right now.
catch up
right
with Bill
now,
Belichick.
Patrick
He'd have
Mahomes
to
is
win
playing in
6
his
straight.
prime right now. There is nobody better than Patrick Mahomes in his league right now.
6
Hold
straight.
on. What did you just say?
I say
No, not you, Justin.
Oh.
Your dad.
Well, okay, no.
They
He'd have
already
to
have
win.
3.
If you're saying, oh yeah, he needs 3 more, right? So what are you saying?
needs
That
3
he's
more
gonna
for Bill-
win a 5 straight championships?
And are you saying they can't do it in 5? Are you saying they can't do it in 6? Because you were just talking highly of the Chiefs now.
Yes, I think the Chiefs are a great team, but after a certain amount of time, the reason why
Yeah.
teams don't do what they've done, the main difference between teams like the Chiefs and teams like the Patriots is because you had that cutthroat, ruthless mentality of the coach, which the reason he deserves a lot more love than he's getting currently is because he made those choices where he took those players and said, they're out of here.
Agreed.
Okay? I'm not going to sign. I'm not giving you that money. I'm not giving you that 5-year contract. I'm giving you a 2-year contract.
Yeah, how Belichick was. Yeah,
Okay?
like that.
And you're not worth shit. And you're gone. You're off my team. All right? He tried to do it to Brady. It didn't
But
work.
that was the problem.
It didn't work, but he tried to even do it with Brady. He wanted to keep Jimmy G when he was young.
If he had did
What
it
I'm
with
saying,
Brady, he would have been less 2 Super Bowls.
no, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is
He would've
that
got rid of Brady,
he
yeah.
trying to do he was building a team where the star players didn't even exist. Like when you got too much where you were going to demand that big money, you're gone. We're going to replace your ass, right? That's not happening on the Chiefs right now. The Chiefs are going to run to a point where all these star players that are being built, like a Chris Jones, okay, like a future Rice, okay, I'm just throwing Rice in there. Had Hill stayed on this team, they wouldn't have been able to afford to keep him. That's why they end up going to other teams, and that's what makes your team fall apart.
But I
That's
think
why you
that's
don't have
why-
dynasties anymore. You have
I think
small
that's-
periods of 3 to 4 years where you're gonna win.
This ain't no small period. This been going on since Pat took to him.
And how
Mhm.
many years is that? 5, 4,
5.
5.
It's
So
gotta
how
be
many
out of
years you have
5.
left?
Probably another
He
5,
only
10.
played 5.
No. He's not talking about Patrick Mahomes. He's talking about as far as the team. I get what he's
Oh,
saying. When
okay.
okay, so if you look at so if you look at it like this, what he's saying is when the Patriots era was going on, a lot of those guys were taking pay cuts to stay on that team. Or if you didn't take that cut, you were gone. And all those guys fit the system that Bill Belichick brought in, and they fit it to a T. From what was his name? To do with all the concussions, Wes Welker, and the other dude, the little
Danny
receiver that they have,
Amendola,
not
Julian
Amendola,
Amendola.
no, not Amendola, the
Edelman.
one
You got-
Edelman. Moss was there. They couldn't win with Moss, but he got people who fit his system and were good in his system, so they were able to take less, so they won. What he's saying is with the Chiefs, got a guy like Chris Jones. He held out. See what I'm saying? What if they wouldn't have been able to pay Chris Jones? He's gone. You know?
Yeah, you've
They
already
couldn't
seen
pay
it
for
happen this
Snead.
past off season because Snead
So,
is gone.
He's
Where
gone.
Snead was
So
an integral part of last season's
they
championship.
couldn't pay for Hill. You know what
They
I'm saying?
couldn't pay for Hill. Hill wanted the extension. He wanted the money.
Right.
Let him go.
They couldn't pay for
They let him go.
Kelsey's gonna be gone here soon. So what he's saying is the window is
I
right
get
now.
what he's saying. I keep
but
telling y'all, I get what he's saying, and
it won't
what I
last.
also keep telling y'all is that coach got more years left in him. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying
That's
he
what
doesn't.
That's what this started with.
Yeah.
That coach is riding this Mahomes thing until they going off into the sunset.
I don't
probably
think
together.
he's staying that long.
Bro,
I think he's.
I don't think
find a
Pat is going to
replacement.
play that long. I don't think Pat cares about playing that long. He already owning. He on his third kid already. I think he's going to try. He already owns a piece of the Kansas City Royals. He's already doing those type of moves to where
He's
it
trying to
looks
get
like
the stadium rebuilt.
he's setting himself up for after football.
Yeah, he's trying
Pat's
to get
28.
the stadium rebuilt.
Patrick Mahomes is 28 right now. So
He's younger than Bo Nix.
I don't know why you hate my boy Bo Nix. All right, he's 24. Fuck off.
If Pat stays another 6 years to playing, he's 34, and I think that'll be the end of it for him. Can Reed stay another 6 years and be at 72?
Yes.
That I don't know.
Yes.
He can run for president.
Pete Carroll was 71 right now.
Pete Carroll is a different kind of beast.
No, bullshit. You can't
This
say
is
that.
an offensive.
That's no reasoning. That's no reasoning.
No. The way Pete Carroll is different. If you see Pete Carroll
Carroll
be
is
out there playing with his players,
Yeah, Pete Carroll is in tremendous
Andy
shape.
Reid is not
He's
doing
running
that.
down the sidelines.
Yeah.
Like
Are we
he's 70
talking
years
about
old, but he
different
act like he's 40. If that.
Are we talking about
Andy Reid look like me.
Are we talking
That don't
about
mean
shape
nothing.
for a
Nah.
football coach?
He good.
Have you seen the Browns O-line coach?
You think he yelling at anybody? He just look at you.
Have you
And you
seen the
gonna
Browns O-line
stop,
coach? And then while Tyler looking it up, because I saw him click in, boom. Look how long he been there.
Andy Reid looking like Wilford Brimley with his
Andy-
mustache and shit.
Andy
Talking about
Reid can
cocoon.
continue to coach. Andy Reid can continue to coach, and obviously his system changes and morphs and adapts to whatever the times are. And in Philly, he was consistent. When he got to Kansas City, all he had to do was build his team up, and guess what they've been? Consistent.
Yeah.
Have
He
you seen
has a
what Steve
consistency
Magnolia,
about him.
Magnolia looks like? He look old as shit.
That man,
anybody.
yeah, he can continue to coach. That's all I'm saying. Will they win? We'll see.
To the players aspect, players come and go. Rashid Rice is a rookie now. Replace Tyreek Hill like that, bro.
But he ain't no Hill.
Hold on.
He ain't no Hill, but he was able to.
They have 2 Super Bowls since Tyreek Hill left.
1
2.
year in, and he has a championship ring already. There is no talking. You know what I'm saying? Players come and go. When Kelsey finally retires in 2 years to go podcasting with his brother and shit, there will be a new Travis Kelsey there. You know what I'm saying?
I need Kelsey to stay off the podcast, okay? Y'all want your NFL content? Right here, baby, right here. From the Hip Podcast. Subscribe and click the notification bell, okay? Stop playing with all that game about listening to Kelsey boys. They don't know nothing about no football. They know
they talk a bunch of different stuff
about the Swifties. That's what they know about.
And I notice y'all ain't commented on these videos. Let me tell you something. I've been watching, and I'll get into that later. But
yeah, I'm ready to bring it back. But
you know what I'm saying? So,
all right, but let me ask you guys a question. Let me move on to something else here real quick. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, who wins this division?
It's not even a question.
Do any of you think that any of the other three teams have a chance of dethroning the KC Chiefs to win the division? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
The Jets.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the AFC
Division,
West, sir.
Kory.
I'm just messing around.
Okay. So if the Chiefs are going to win it, do any of these teams have a chance at a really good wild card spot? Talk to
The
me
Raiders.
now. I got a
feel
Raiders.
My boy Bo Nix.
You going with the Broncos?
Oh,
Does that mean?
No.
All right.
Do any of these teams?
Any
from
of
this
these
division?
teams for a wild card spot? I'm not talking. Okay, if we all agree that KC is going to win this division, then obviously they're guaranteed playoffs. But I'm
The
talking
Raiders.
about
No.
the other three teams.
Yes.
Do they going to be close enough to have that wild card spot?
No,
The
no.
Raiders almost made the wild card last season.
But they didn't.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, look, okay, this season they changed QBs. They got a better QB. They got an upgrade at quarterback. They added Brock Bowers. They got more offensive threats.
Who gonna run the
Their
ball?
defense.
Gus.
We not talk about that. We not talk about that. Okay, we
Who
not
is
talk-
going to run the
we-
ball?
Gardner Minshew gonna run the ball.
All right. Well, guess what? No wild card for you, brother. No wild card for you.
That shit done, man. The AFC North alone is too much of a competition there.
Yeah,
All
Yes.
4 teams almost made the playoffs last year, bro. What are we talking about?
Yes.
What are you talking about? Wrap this shit up. Outro, man. Come on. Outro, man. We not talk about no more.
That said, I listen to what I'm told. That said, guys, let me give you a chance to say your parting words. Go ahead. I'm gonna start with Tyler. Tyler, talk to me. Say something to these gentlemen.
Everyone, like you've heard of all say, you know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe, comment. Comment on, talk to us. Tell us where we're wrong. Tell us where we're right. Because for starters, I'm not apologizing to Justin. It's never going to happen. I stand on business. Fuck Kansas City.
All right. Justin.
I'll put that in a comment.
Back and get a 4th ring. I'm going to tell you the same thing, bro.
Justin, give
That's
me your
fine.
parting words.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. We here every week. We love doing this. We try to come up with ideas every single week for you guys. And yeah, man, football's almost here, bro. We're less than, I believe 8 Sundays away from the first week. Let's get money. You know what I'm saying? We here. And when you get a chance, man, go ahead to the Twitch channel. Go ahead and look me up at Boogie CTV, Boogie_CTV, man. We there gaming every weekend, trying to make it a full-time thing, bro. If I get blown up enough, I will be quitting this fuck ass job, bro. So I appreciate y'all, but let's get money together, man.
All right. Kory.
Thank everybody for coming out again. This was a fun segment. I really enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Go Baltimore.
And Mo.
The comment part. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. 'Cause I'll be right there. You know, I will be right there just to respond. And I feel like other people in this show watch those comments too. But let me tell you something. Don't wait until the lives to talk shit to me. Talk shit to me in the comments there. You know what that does? That helps us get in the algorithms. That helps us be able to, get more viewers here. Y'all see what that last video did? We had like 70-something views. All right?
We building
We
it.
up.
We're
We
building
building
this
it.
thing.
Share some more. You know you like the show, so make other people like the show, and I'm out.
Well, I want to start right away by saying something. Hold on. I need to do this right first. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Let me show some love because Jalen Brunson made his money. And I'm so happy. And thank you. Yeah, I know this is a football podcast, but let me talk
What are we
about
talking
my
about
Knicks
here?
for a second, man. Don't be hating. Mind your business. I'll let you talk, sir. I'll let you talk. Okay?
Fair enough.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you, New York, for realizing that you finally have a real good player out there. You don't want to lose them. And thank you, Jalen, for choosing New York.
Fat Joe in it right now.
Yeah, I know, son. By the way, thank you for the hat. You bought me this hat, by the way.
You're welcome.
Okay. But I just want to appreciate that. Now, that being said, get back to football. Hold on, let me get back into football. Okay. I have my piece, and I said what I had to say. Now, back to everything. Thank you, everyone, for watching the podcast. Your support means the world to us. It drives us to bring you the best content possible. We hope you enjoyed this episode and found the episode both informative and entertaining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Please
Comment.
turn your notifications on. Okay, and we look forward to having you with us next week on the next episode, where we'll continue to review the NFL. Up next, the mighty AFC North. We saved them for last for a reason.
Because they the best.
You won't want to miss our take on the NFL's toughest division. Every single team can win the Super Bowl next year.
We the best.
Okay? But until then, take care, stay tuned. And as always, let's keep it football and let's keep it from the hip.
I can't wait to grind with the Baltimore Ravens up next week. Oh my God.
Hey, yo, you want to grind on the Baltimore Ravens?
Grind you better.
Thanks for watching, everybody. And I apologize for these guys being
you can't talk about the winners.
As long as we keep about football.